And now we're live.
Woo!
That's a professional way to start a podcast,
No,
and we're live.
Look how nice that is. I like your intro. It looks really nice.
Thank you. A good friend of mine had made that a while back. I got to cut it down. It's really long, though. Hi, everybody. I see everybody showing up in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Definitely drop a like if you like the content. Pay attention for a second first. Make sure you do. This is Ethan below. We're going to be talking about him and his band and all kinds of music, and we're even going to be doing a reaction tonight. An actual reaction, like I've never heard the song, and we did this on purpose. So, blame Chris. Just saying.
I've never heard of a podcast doing this, especially with the guest live. So I'm interested when he said that idea that he's like, she might want to do that. I'm like, that sounds awesome. I would love to talk with her. Hey, there's Chris right now. Jumping
in. What's up, Chris? By the way, fun fact, Chris is how I heard of you.
Awesome.
He knows what kind of music I like, and he knows what I'm looking for when it comes to guests and who I like to support. People that are good. I mean, they've got to at least have some talent. And they also need to be hustling for themselves. They've got to be putting in more work than I'm going to be putting in for you. Because if I'm working harder than you are, then, and no.
No, won't be happening over here. I'm a slave to this, so that's how.
Yeah, got to appreciate the grind. You know what I'm saying? You got to really lift up people that are working their butts off trying to make things happen.
Totally. I just said that to a buddy of mine, a hip hop guy, was talking about that and just working hard and whatnot. It's just people support passionate people. So if you can tell that someone is passionate about what they do, that's usually what people gravitate towards. So it's nice to find people, and no matter what they're interested in, if they're passionate about it, we're just really into that,
No, absolutely. I completely agree. I'm really picky. I'm really picky on who I bring on. If somebody approaches me and says, "Hi, I see you do podcasts. I think I can get on there." Nope.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I just don't. And I actually stopped usually taking suggestions unless it's from somebody I truly, sincerely, they know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. If Chris tells me, or Truth's in the chat, what's up, Truth? If he tells me and he's like, you need to check this person out, you really need to talk to them, I'm probably going to do it.
Well, Chris is awesome, and he's been super supportive. He's been following our band forever, and he played in a band back in Spokane. And so when we put out this new video, he was first to be like, hey, let's do a reaction, and then connected me with other people. And so he's just been a super awesome, valuable tool, especially since we're independent and we do this all on our own. And so having any of that support is so vital.
Yeah, we love independent around here. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're in a small label or something, I'm not going to hate you for it. But independent is where it's at. And by the way, Chris, he just called you a tool. So somebody clip that, because I'm putting that everywhere.
He works with tools, so.
No, he really does. But no, it's just I'm really glad we got to do this. I know you've been busy. You've been performing. You guys have been out there. God, I hear it said all the way here. I'm going to sound really, really ignorant. You ready? Some people call it oh, we've been gigging. I'm like,
gigging. We don't ever call it gigging. Wait, I say jamming all the time when we're at practice. I say we're going to jam, and people are like, oh, that's weird.
So if you're performing, if you're taking on a venue, what do you call that?
We'll just call it a show. I will say hey, there's a gig coming up, I guess, but I wouldn't ever use it as a verb, we're gigging. I just say we're playing a show, I guess.
Gigging is a sound gigging.
Yeah. A lot of times we actually just say a rodeo, it's a rodeo, because that's the name of the band, and it's just kind of the thing for us. So
if nobody figured that out, the Nixon Rodeo is the name of the band. My bad. I didn't say that. It is below him. You can see it's in the title, in the description, and all over my Instagram and my Discord. So
my Vanna White.
I played Vanna White.
People on here that I'm sick. So yeah, I might sound weird and be coughing and drinking lots of water. So
that's par for the course for apparently this podcast. We had Mr. Elboyd on last week, and he came in during the day. It was noon hour, sick as a dog. I mean, had to take a break and go not die, sick, and he refused to cancel. He wouldn't do it.
I know. I was even like, my nose was so messed up. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be rough on here, but it's going good so far. I'm excited.
So you're gonna perform, right? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I had practice last night, and I was like, all right, I can't sing any longer.
Well, yeah, but you got to protect your voice.
Yeah.
So what do you do for the band?
So I'm the drummer, and then vocals. I do like the heavy vocals in Nixon Rodeo. The song that we're going to be listening to is unique. Usually one song per record. I'll get off the drums and then do kind of the lead vocals, but then Brett, our lead singer, always sings the chorus. He's the actually talented singer. So I'm doing the like heavier, like more like scream style vocals. So the song today is me doing primary vocals, but yeah, I'm the drummer.
I just want to ask you, and I've always wanted to ask somebody this, and so I'm just going to be completely straightforward with it. Were you just like hanging out one day and you just were like, feeling cute? I might fuck around and scream today. Did somebody make you mad and they're like, wow, that was melodic as fuck. Like, let's go.
The funny thing with me and screaming, like, one, I when I first got into music, I like did not like super heavy music. Like Pantera was as heavy as I would get, and I didn't like screams. But when I joined Nixon, Nixon Rodeo had been a band for like 6 months prior to me joining. It was Brent, our singer, and like 3 of his buddies from high school, from his high school band that got back together, and they're like, hey, let's make a new project. And anyway, the guitarist at the time was the screamer. And I'd always done like a little bit of vocals in my other bands, like as backup and whatnot. And I was trying to learn how to do it. And the first day I tried like screaming at the same time as drums, I lost my voice for like 3-4 days because I didn't know what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And so I just slowly kind of like was learning how to do it. And so Brent would be singing, and then the guitarist would scream, and I would like help scream and do other vocals. So we had like 3 things going. But then when we went to make the first record in studio, it was kind of half and half, and our guitarist quit mid-record. And so I had to replace like almost all of the screams. And so then I had to learn how to scream while playing drums.
I heard it as you saying that your guitars quit, and I'm like, did they walk away? Yeah. Like the instrument. I heard like your guitars. I'm like, that's what that look on my face. If you saw the literal like eyebrow up in the air, like what in the hell?
They're like, stop beating us up, please stop.
It took me a second. It's been a long day, y'all. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. I worked all day. Like, I know everybody's been working. Don't get me wrong. I'm nothing special. I'm like not like I should have a day off just to do a podcast. But my brain is like, no. But that's awesome because you have to be careful because you don't want to ruin your voice.
Yeah.
You have to be careful.
A right way and a wrong way to do it. And I've discovered what the wrong way was. And the way I do it now is like it's pretty comfortable on my voice. It doesn't really bother my throat and voice too much. It's actually the thing that hurts the most is my head, especially when I'm in studio because I'm pushing and doing so much that there's so much blood pressure that keeps happening in your head. And because of that pressure, once I'm like done doing it, my head is having a hard time balancing that pressure. And so I get like really bad headaches, usually in studio, not as much like live, but it's studio doing over and over and over and over. So.
No, I get that. We can before we continue, do you want to go ahead and do the video?
Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Okay.
Have you heard any Nixon Rodeo before?
Mm-hmm. I've been sneaking a little bit.
Okay. So you've like heard what the band is, but you haven't heard this song yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good.
So what I noticed is that the sound that it has in general, the first song I heard, I'm never going to remember, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to. Whatever the first one was that I clicked on, I didn't expect there to be any screaming in it at all. Like it surprised me compared to what the sound was, but it wasn't in a bad way. It was a surprise and that happened, but not in a horrified type manner, more like in a, oh, okay, well, now I see you.
We're
Does that
kind
make
of
sense?
an interesting band because we span so many different genres. We're like
That's, I think, that's kind of what it
pop
was. Is
punk
because
and rock and metal and like emo and like pop. It's kind of like all over the place, but it's mainly like just hard rock, but it touches on all those different elements.
let's see here. Now I am gonna I don't know what I just did. I just made my screen disappear. That was great. I don't do reactions, but I watch enough of them. I know how to pull one off. Like, so I'm going to watch this, but I am going to pause it because I'm going to ask you stuff, and you're right here.
Sure.
So I'm sorry, but I love y'all reactors, y'all, but you don't have them here.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't want you to also feel awkward that I'm here and as if you have to. I'm like super thick skinned and I like constructive criticism and whatnot. So I want your honest feedback. Like, you don't need to like be fluffing it or anything. Like, I'm more interested to hear like your honest opinions on it. And did I give you a little bit of like background on the song before, or do you think I should provide that, or no?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, short version of it, and we can talk about it more. So yeah, this is a unique song where I'm doing the vocals. It's very, very super personal song. It's kind of uncomfortable because it's so open and honest about a past relationship with my fiance, and that came to an end because of some like lies and finding out some things on her end, and just me kind of dealing with that and my frustrations and anger about it. But then, and we can talk about it when it gets there, kind of flipping the dialogue, because I've written songs a lot of times about other people and the pain from my angle. But then I was like, what would it be like, what if we're not able to talk, if she doesn't want to talk anymore? Maybe she has some things that she would like to say about me. And so that was like a writing example of me kind of looking at my own failings as a person and as a partner. So that's the backstory, and we can go in deeper if you want.
I'm ready. This is the first doing a reaction on the channel. Well, we did one, but I'd already seen it. This is different. I have not seen this, y'all. So
it's very heavy, but in a weird way.
Say no more. I forgot what to click. Give me a second. We're going to do this tab. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this one tab, and hopefully that'll... There we go. Can you see that fine?
Yep, I see the full screen there.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jess. Thanks, Jess, for putting their YouTube in the chat. Appreciate that.
People are welcome to ask any questions. I'm super open, so anyone's able to ask me questions about it too if they want.
So yeah, basically the point, the entire purpose of this is not only for me to be able to ask questions, but for the chat to ask questions too. So if you hear, don't hear, want to know, the list goes on. Put it in the chat. I'm capable of scrolling through the chat here in this the program I'm using. I can go back and I can see all the comments and questions, and we can address all of them. So if you have a question, or you're like, what the hell was that? Or if you're like, okay, that was wonderful. Or if you're like, what is that word? Or whatever, just put it in the chat. Okay.
And there's subtitles on there if you want to have it on there, if that helps people with if they want to follow along with lyric wise too. So
y'all think I should put the subtitles on? I usually don't listen with it, but I mean, I have a whole chat here, so they might want it.
I usually don't either, but if you want to, especially because I am like screaming in parts, my screams are pretty like legible. But
are the captions correct? Because sometimes
I actually like program them, so yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I don't think the auto would be able to pick up the screams. I don't know.
Through the YouTube, or let me see.
Yeah, through YouTube.
Okay. I usually don't turn them on, so I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Hold on. You stumped me. Okay. I'm ready. Let's do this. Like I said, I've never done a reaction myself, so I'm like psyching myself up here. I know how to do it. I mean, it's basically I'm going to watch a video and stop it, ask questions, listen to it, really pay attention. So it's all good. Okay, here we go. Does anybody have a Ronnie Radke is sitting here with Nick the actor in this video so far? Just saying. No, the other guy looks like Nick. I like how it comes in pretty quick. Like it starts off really like heavy. It doesn't like lead up really slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, and is the whole thing black and white? Because I like the black and white.
Yeah, the whole thing's black and white.
Good. I like that. Where's my banger shades? Dude, I don't have banger shades. I'm kidding. All right, let's go. I'm gonna pause because you said to pause to please you. But that bass line, I really like that. You just hear it going like boom, 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 boom in the background.
Yeah, and our bassist Gary is the one drumming in the song too, and our singer's playing bass in the video.
So you guys are just like jacks of all trades.
I guess, yeah.
You're just like feeling cute. I'm gonna play the drums tonight. I'm gonna play the guitar. Oh, well, you know what? I'm gonna do vocals. Oh, I don't feel like doing vocals. Okay, well then you play the drums and I'll play the guitar. Okay.
Yeah, it's fun at a show because it's usually at least one song during the show where I'll get off the drums and then I'll run around and be a psychopath.
Spilling Lucky Charms on people?
Yeah. Yep, we did that on Saturday. That was super fun.
That looked like a lot of fun. Now, I noticed you guys were engaged.
Yeah, we were together for about 6 years.
I get that. All right, I'm keep going.
Everything at stake was it worth to lose me? Honestly, if you were honest with me, this wouldn't be catastrophe. You took my life all the time. You wasted mine, but I still can't put you
I just want to say that you're I can actually hear what you're saying without the captions.
Oh, good. That's
So
yeah,
I
good.
can hear, I can
That's
catch what you're saying, which is not normal because I'm not the best at doing that. Like it takes a couple times. I'm like, I think he said demon. I'm not sure, but it's very, very clear. And to be honest, I like that the main verses are all like, you know, heavy, heavy vocals, and that the chorus is less heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like flipping the script a little bit.
Yeah, and Brent is just an amazing singer. He just writes like the best hooks, and that chorus it's really good. So
No, it is really good. I liked it. Like, and I really liked the sound of his voice. I'm not gonna lie, I really did.
Oh, good.
But I mean, you're coming through perfectly clear, which is not easy to do. A lot of people, they get real heavy on those vocals, and they end up losing. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of them aren't meant so that you hear all the lyrics. However, as somebody who doesn't necessarily listen to the heaviest of metals, right? I don't necessarily need everything like I don't need that. Like I would like to hear lyrics, you know. I think it's done very well. All right, I'm gonna keep going.
Everything's been thrown away. Will take change if I've stayed
Okay. The 3 words, is that the I love you?
Yeah.
Or was it like, screw you, bitch? Like, I'm just
No, no, it's I love you. I
Okay.
definitely have had and working on just I part of my issue in the relationship too. I just have a lot of like emotional growth that I need to do from a difficult childhood and whatnot, and just even saying I love you was a challenge for me. It was kind of a badge that I would hold of like thinking that I should just prove it with my actions than having to say it. So that was something I realized was foolish and didn't help anyone.
I mean, speaking from personal experience, I know this is your personal experience, and so I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying, and I can relate to a point where living with a lie, living with anything that, like even starting to lie, that you can't do that. It's just not going to last. And staying, I did it for 14 years, and I should have left in year 1, like not even playing with you. So, like staying, thinking, well, maybe it could change, maybe something will be different. Life is too short.
Mm-hmm.
Life is too short to be miserable and sad and upset and to be with somebody who isn't treating you right, period. Whether it's male, female, I don't care who it is. If they're doing you dirty, you know, then either buck up or move on. In my humble opinion. Happily divorced, by the way. All right, I'm going to keep going because we're back into the chorus again now. Hey, look, guys, I remembered to rewind. Do you see that? I didn't do it the last 2 times. I did it this time.
I'm as afraid of betrayal. Honestly, if you were honest with me, this wouldn't be catastrophe. You took my life, the time you wasted mine, but I still can't put you behind. I should have loved you better, I admit, to be confused. All I did was sacrifice you, cared about you, you cared about you. Quiet, 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 stop!
Damn. That was real. Like, you could feel that. I could feel that. In all honesty, it's that whole, this didn't work out, you were lying, all this stuff. I screwed up. Maybe I screwed up. Maybe I didn't know what I was doing. Maybe I should have done something different. And then it just, everything is just, you know, what could I have done? What should have been different? Why isn't this working? What's not happening? Like, you know, it's like that in your head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, oh my fucking God, shut up, in your head, at least to your own thoughts. Unless you were telling her to shut up. But I was thinking you were telling your thoughts.
Yeah, that's me like saying like quiet, like there's another part of the story and you need to like stop only focusing on the other side. So that's kind of me talking to myself, and now here's where it starts flipping the script. I had a really like vivid, awful nightmare, and so this next part is me describing that nightmare.
Okay.
So there we go.
Quiet, 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 stop! We're both sitting on the edge of a cliff. Too many memories and a heartache to sift. We can't talk this over. Maybe it's better that way, but I imagine these are the words you've been longing to say. I'm sorry you never slowed down to savor the seconds. Sorry for the minutes you're always right when you're not. I'm sorry for the weeks you abandoned faith in me. Months past my call from the ones you lost. You create a space between us, now it's been a year. Your addictions are healthy too. Should've held me closer, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Sorry wasn't enough for you to show it. How can you say you love me if you're able to let me go? You gave up on me, you gave up on us. But in the end, I sorry the most for not loving you now, not even at all. Honestly, were you ever honest with me? Now I am the tragedy, and all the time, both yours and mine. Now it's lost behind. Honestly, if you were honest with me, this wouldn't be catastrophe. Yeah, took my life. All the time you wasted mine, but I still can't put you behind. I didn't think I could live without you. I didn't think I would grow. I didn't think I could live without you. I gotta let you go. I didn't think I could live without you. I didn't think I would grow. I didn't think I could live without you. I gotta let you go. Goodbye. Didn't wanna say goodbye. Didn't wanna say goodbye. Never wanna say goodbye. Goodbye.
We did it.
Dang. Okay, so y'all hadn't figured it out. I let that ride because it needed to. And I'm not a reactor to that level, so I don't know when to pause every 5 seconds. But I can tell you, here are my thoughts. You could tell it was building. You started speaking, and then you started getting louder and more aggressive, more out of control. Your vocals weren't out of control. Your intent was not out of control, but your emotion ran. It just kept amping up and amping up and amping up. That was very well done. And I didn't feel like it needed to be paused. I felt like it needed to go where it needed to go.
Mm.
That last part of the chorus where he's singing and you're in the background tearing your own heart out.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh, thanks. That was pretty brutal in the studio.
I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. Generally, this type of song is something I definitely listen to. I don't re-listen a lot. This one is one that I would probably re-listen to quite often because it just hits. You can feel you in it. You can feel your story. You can feel how important it is. You can feel how much you meant it from the bottom of your heart, how it was a real thing. And it wasn't, you can tell it was someone's story and it wasn't, let's write a song about a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is, I wrote a song about my breakup and my experience and how I felt. And I think that was very well done. Honestly, I thought it was amazing. And it actually surprised me to the point where I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. Not gonna lie.
Oh, thanks.
So, for what that's worth.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to expect.
With such heavy vocals, it's surprising people because they're like, wow, like even people I know that don't like that style of vocaling, like if you don't like screams, you're not going to be able to convince someone if they're not used to it. But I've had people who are like, I don't like really rock or that kind of music, but they can connect with it. So that's nice to hear that that's at least like translating and able to kind of cross some borders with people.
No, absolutely. And the thing with me is that I do like rock. I do like metal. I mean, and I do this all the time just because it's fun. I just went and, oh, where's my hand? I can't even find it.
Rockzilla? Yeah, I saw that.
I just went there last month.
Nice.
So got to see Falling Reverse, Hollywood Undead, Escape the Fate, and Papa Roach. Like, yeah. I'm here for it. Like, don't get me wrong, I really am. One of my on my bucket list was always to see Rob Zombie, but I missed the boat on that one. I've got a lot of people that I know that I have brought on this podcast too. I had David. He just was on tour with Raw as the drummer. As the Structure fails, they're coming out with a new song tomorrow. We've got Polychuck was on here. Lilac was on here. Like, I love rock. Rock is like my favorite, to be honest. I think that no matter what level, even if you're not somebody who likes the screamy rock, because that's what people like to say, oh, the screamy stuff.
Yeah.
That song was done well enough that I think that anyone that likes hard rock can overlook it if that's not their thing. And I think that that's very well done. That's not easy to do because generally you hear that immediately like, oh shit, I don't want to hear that. Because your vocals are so clear and they're not like, people that don't like that type, they want to hear those lyrics very clearly. And even when you were doing those vocals, you could still hear it. But then you even went back and you slowed down and you spoke eloquently, and then you got more emotional in a sing-songy type of way. Like, you play the drums, you can scream, you can sing, you can speak.
Can he dance?
Can you?
I can't dance.
Yeah, me either. I mean, you should not want to see it. That happens on Discord voice chats at like 2 a.m. Never to be seen again. But no, I mean, I think that was really well done, and I think it's really awesome that you put your heart out there and your story out there. Have you heard back from her about it?
Yeah.
Does she know it's about her?
Yeah. Super. Seeing how this all went down. It's been now. It's been 3 years about now since kind of when I first found out about all the lies and stuff that were going on. And then we try to make it work for another like 3 months. And I said, yeah, we can try to do counseling. We'll see how this works. I don't know. But if you lie anymore, I just can't do it.
Right.
No, I won't be able to. What was that?
I said, right. No, I agree with you completely.
And she just couldn't help herself. And I found out about it, lying about something else. It's something that wasn't even huge, but I'm like, okay, I can't continue this. It's obviously been years of lying, and you knew the risk if you continued to lie, and you did. So we broke up, and that was pretty brutal because as far as I was concerned at this time, everything was fine. We were like engaged and getting ready to get married. I was actually a day away from like paying the deposit on the venue for the wedding. So
thank God for that.
Yeah, I know. I guess so. I definitely dodged a bullet really in the long run. But anyway, she was upset about the fact that I was ending the relationship because of it, even though, it was from choices that she had made and I had to react to them. And so since then, we just never got to talk. And I just like needed closure on my end. And also I needed to feel like she wasn't like mad at me. And we just like couldn't talk. She didn't want to talk. And that was okay. I wanted to respect that boundary. And so then I wrote the song like about a year ago. And then as we're getting ready to put this out, and then Brent, the singer, he was like, I really think we should like highlight the song. I'm like, it's too like, it's like a weird song for us, and it's too like vulnerable, and I like feel uncomfortable, and I don't even know what to do about it because I'm not trying to hurt her further or pour any salt in the wound. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Anyway, writing the song was very cathartic and very helpful. And then I spent some time and I wrote a big long letter to her, which is basically like using the song like bridge, which is all from my opinion, what her point of view is of me, of different failing points. So I just want to go through and apologize for a bunch of different things that I realize like these are things that I'm trying to learn from and be better, and not talk about anything that she did or talk about even the failing, like the relationship. It was just like, this is things that I would like to apologize, and hopefully that would be good. But I didn't know how to get it to her either because I didn't know she wanted to receive this. So anyway, about a month ago, just by chance, she happens to I'm here at my business. She walks into my building and unannounced. She was there because I do business with her boss.
Plot twist.
Yeah, and I had this letter, and I'm like, I need to get it to her, and I need to get it to her before the song comes out. and I didn't know how to do it. So like, oh, and the other thing, there's a song on our first record called Hey, This Is My First Day Single. That song's also about an ex. It's from like 10 years ago. And that ex and I still talk, and she like let me know, hey, just so you know, like it still hurts hearing that song. And it's still like hard to listen to. And I let her know, I was like, well, actually, I'm writing another song about about the person that the song's about. And she's like, I'm like, I really don't want to hurt her, but I gotta I gotta be true to myself, and I gotta like express myself in the way that I know how. And she just, that same morning before she came in, my ex, she said, because it had been 3 months since I talked to the other one, and she just said, hey, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I just want to say, like, you shouldn't write the song, but if you're going to, you need to talk to her first and whatnot. I was like, oh no, I was all stressed out, like, I got to get this to her. Well, that same day, she walks into the building. She texts me after, and she just says, hey, good to see you, hope you're well. And then I said, basically, hey, I'd like to meet up, or I'd like to get you a letter I wrote to you, if you would like to receive it. And she said, I would actually like to meet in person because I feel like it'd be more authentic. And we did. We met and had a good 4-hour conversation or whatnot. And she got to read the letter in front of me and got to talk about those things. I let her know that the song was coming out, and I wasn't trying to hurt her with it. And she's like, I figured something was going to come, and I'm not going to be mad. I don't know if that's the case now that she's heard it. She said she would like to hear it. I sent it to her. I haven't heard from her since that, since we talked, or since I sent her the song. So I don't know how she feels about it now, actually hearing it, because of how raw it is. But, you know, did everything I could on that end. But so I don't know what her opinion is.
Good on you. I mean, good on you for actually going through whatever you felt like you could in order to reach her, because you felt she deserved that consideration. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, this is your language. This is how you communicate. Mm-hmm. Every artist that I know that ever drops a song that is personal, they're doing it not because they think it's going to be a hit. They're doing it because they have to. They have to do it. Like, it has to come out. And unless it comes out in that medium that they speak in, right? There's no closure. A lot of times it's all about closure. It's really interesting that, like, especially like for the song, you made it sound really raw, but the sound wasn't raw. Like, it wasn't like you were at your house. In the bathroom recording, right? But it still felt like you weren't in a studio. Your heart was out there. I don't know how. I know I'm not coming across the way I'm trying to.
No, I know what you mean. I think it's like, it's kind of my style of like screaming too, because like metal vocals, I can't actually really do like metal vocals. That like takes like a certain kind of like skill.
Born ashore.
I'm just,
Will Reynolds.
I'm just purely yelling to a point that it causes distortion. So it sounds really like emotional and aggressive, because it's just the way that like people yell. So the way that I do mine sounds more like how you would hear someone when they're upset versus doing like a talented metal vocal. Do you know what I mean? So I guess that's where that rawness comes in. But
no, I get that. I mean, I really liked it. I mean, honestly, and best wishes to her. I hope that I would hope that her life goes well. Don't lie, rude. I'm just saying, that's how people are, though. They get into these web of lies, and then they're like, well, why aren't you putting up with that? So what? It's no big deal. Yeah, it doesn't matter, though. It's a lie is a lie is a lie. It's trust. Yeah. You break that, you really have nothing left. Communication and trust. If you don't have those, you get nothing. Mm-hmm. So that's heavy, though, in a good way, like in a really good way.
Yeah, super. It was, man, this song in general just like really taught me a lot about that relationship and about myself. And it was like, it's the most accountability possible to not only like write that out, but then now that it's out into the world, it's like, here's all these things I listed out of just like not appreciating time and like thinking I'm always right and not like giving enough time and care and like and attention and being so self-absorbed and many other things that I say in there. But it's like now that everyone like knows, like how can I not be more accountable to like just trying to be the best possible version I can from learning from that. So it's been extremely helpful just like writing that. And now that it's out there and people have heard it, and we just performed it on Saturday for the first time since people have like heard it. And so like on stage, it was like super intense to also like try to like communicate that. But yeah, it's cool. I think it's a unique scenario, I guess.
How'd the crowd take it? Were they into hearing that live?
Yeah, totally. Actually, and someone told me like, man, like the amount of people that were like singing along. I'm like, what are they singing along? Oh, they're just like doing my ranting scream along. But no, like the chorus is so catchy.
It is. It's really catchy.
We brought that chair actually to the show and put it in the middle of the stage because it's almost like the interrogation like chair, because like in that I'm kind of playing the role of her and like kind of like talking at me. And so we brought it in the stage and I started off sitting in it, and when we went to that I kind of like did that as well. But it was intense because I just felt like super uncomfortable, and like I don't get nervous at shows really anymore, but like when we were going to do that I was like shaking, kind of like quivering, and like the way I was talking, like what I said to the crowd, I'm like, like when you would have the dreams in high school about being naked in front of like the whole school, I'm like, that's like this, but this is actually happening in real life. So it was just like awkward, but like it's part of the experience with it too. I think I would need to like feel like that for it to like come across in like a genuine manner. So
I'm going to pop up a comment. Hold on. Jared, he says he's like, smooth transitions. I liked how it was all over the place. Which it went back and forth, and I agree with him completely. Mm-hmm. It went from speaking and almost not calm, but like direct addressing, I'm talking about this, to building, like I was saying before. From, the chorus to, and especially at the end, where you guys were both singing at the same time.
Yeah.
There's Chris. The last half of the song reaches deep into my feelings. Thank you for opening up your soul to us, Ethan, and sharing this song with the world.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, I had a fan reach out that said, wow, that was 5 minutes and 40 seconds of a wild fucking ride. They're like, but I really liked it. So it definitely goes in different direction. It's very different from our other stuff. So if this is the first time you've heard the Nixon Rodeo, this is not what to expect with the other songs. It's Brent singing primarily and singing super catchy and awesome. And I just do like a little bit of stuff, usually like in the bridge or and doing something heavy at the end or in the bridge. So it's very different from what we've done. And even writing it was really a challenge because we're like trying to communicate like still during like COVID time. Like we weren't together. We were like writing it like separately and on the phone. And then even that like vulnerable part that I sing at the end, Brent's used to like doing something that's like really catchy and really like clear. And he's like, well, you should do it like this. I'm like, I just kind of want to sing it really like sad, and I don't care if it sounds like kind of off and shitty. I just want it to sound like I'm in the room alone, like dealing with it and sad. And he's like, okay, I trust you. He's like, whatever you want to do with it. And so I think, overall it's cool that it like came across in that way because it is so odd and all over the place.
No, it did come across. And to be completely honest, it isn't like all of your other stuff from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I said I don't know what to expect exactly. Because some of the stuff is kind of catchy, and it's, you hear those clean vocals and things like that. It's neither here, there, or indifferent. I mean, honestly, every song, I'm a song person more than I'm a band or an album person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so songs resonate with me. And just because I rock with a band doesn't mean that every song you do I'm going to love. And it doesn't mean that every song you do I'm not going to love. So I tend to give people, like if I hear something, let's just say that wasn't for anybody that's here. Let's just say that wasn't for you. Still check them out. Go check them out because their other music sounds a little different. If you want to, I can play a different one for you if you want.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to. If you want to play something like Left to Die is going to be on our new album too, and that's like a little bit more upbeat and like kind of punk.
I can play another.
Yeah, we have our
Hey,
record
look, I'm live.
coming out in September, hopefully. We've been working on this for like 7 years now. So it's finally all recorded and done and feels good.
I found it. Hold on. Whoa. Relax. Hold on.
And we have our next song coming out too in about 3 weeks from now.
Oh, nice.
It's called Casualty. So that will be out, in 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Okay, I got this one queued up. This is the Nixon Rodeo, Left to Die. I'm looking at my settings. Can you see? I'm like, there it is. I successfully am doing this, y'all. I'm really proud of myself.
Woo!
All right, let's hear this one. This is more along the lines of the sound for the band, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little faster than maybe most of the stuff, but yeah, it is definitely way more in line with what we normally sound like.
Gotcha.
It's the beginning of the end. I'll burn down this fucking trend. They're always waiting for us to fall. If I can't run, I'll walk or crawl. Once they got all they needed, they retreated. I was bled, dry and broken, dead inside. What the hell? At least I tried. But you never said hello, and you never said goodbye. All you had to do was try. Try. I don't understand. If you really wanna be here, then why'd you ever go? Guess we'll never know. You left saying you're sorry. Yeah, I think you want the weekend, and you need time alone. You never let us know.
I'm going to stop for a second. I really wish I played the drums.
Come to Spokane, I'll teach you.
Yeah, I'm not musically talented. I'm not really like creative in many ways. I say this all. People like, this is what? No, I'm really not. Like, I'm the person who's like, I can't even figure out if I was going to pretend like I was playing air drums. I'd be like an air traffic controller over here, which is not how that works. But and I
By
know
the
that.
way, my bass player's in the chat right now, Gary Gwynn.
Oh, hey Gary,
And he's
welcome
the one
in,
that
man.
played drums on Left to Die too. So
I hear y'all do all the things.
he does.
Right.
He's very talented. He's an amazing guitarist too. So and he sings backup. So he's awesome.
That's awesome. So if you're sick, then they can just kind of like take over and.
Well, none of the other guys can really scream. Brent can scream a little bit, but we need to get Sean on screams. The guitar.
Make me mad, like get my kids involved and make me mad. I can scream.
There you go. Exactly. That's what I sound like.
Just get me riled up. Set me off. Like, let's go. All right, I'm gonna keep going.
The fakes are taking notes and stealing all their quotes. They seem to have no thought involved. Just rip it off and the problem solved. Now look at all the damage done. They act as though a war's been won, but this is just the end of days.
okay, I have to say it because I caught it, and I know it's going through the whole song. That whole, that's my favorite. I love that.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that. That's one of my favorite things when I hear in songs. I mean, they had it a lot in Ozzy Osbourne did it a lot. Metallica does it sometimes. But like when it's one of those things you hear that in the background, but it's not in front of it's not as loud as the vocals, so you're barely catching it because I'm like, oh, let's go. Okay, I just had to say that, put that out there in the universe. Okay, no, sorry.
You had to run away, but never forget your friends. Run away, but never forget your friends. Oh, wait. I don't think you're hearing this. Listen closely, because I want you to know that you can't just run away and just forget your friends.
I'll play it again.
So yeah, that's the normal kind of sound of Nixon Rodeo there. So like, it's usually, I don't scream on like every song, but when I do, it's usually at like kind of the ending or the bridge to do like something to spice it up.
Okay, so that mask in the middle, that was cool.
Yeah, that was face paint that we all had done. It was really cool. Some of our friends came in and we filmed it really fast, and then we all individually had to get our faces painted and whatnot. So that was really fun.
Yeah, you can see them in the chat. That was fire. That was awesome.
Oh, sweet.
That's one of the other ones I haven't heard yet. I heard some of the other ones. Like I was going down. Sorry, I skipped the one that we did earlier, for obvious reasons. And I just kind of like poked a couple. And the only other time I heard anything was when I was on Instagram doing the stories, and I was looking I was clicking a couple to say what's going to stand out, but not be so much that somebody goes like, whoa, and clicks past it. It's a balance, Pug Mama, you just missed it. Seriously? Anyway.
Pug Mama.
Sherry is she is a YouTube streamer, and she does reactions.
Oh, cool.
And she asked a little bit ago if you would be okay if she try that again. If you would be okay with her reacting to your music.
Yes, please.
On her channel.
No, I would love you to do it. Like we love getting people's opinions on there and like just let people know how you feel about it. So
they wanted to use paper bags like with a smile on it or frown. Okay, so that immediately made me think of Akon and Lonely Island. I just had sex, put a bag on her head. It still counts.
Akon. We need an Akon feature.
I loved Akon. They canceled Akon before canceling was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I still loved Akon. What's up, Mike? I appreciate everybody that's in here, by the way. We are rocking out tonight.
Yeah. Look at this crew.
Seriously.
Awesome.
I mean, they've been here consistently, which is awesome. And I know people will watch later. And I'm definitely going to be pushing, the music and stuff now that I've had an opportunity to hear some of it. I have this thing, and I tell people this, and I mean this, I'm not making it up. The moment I say, okay, we're locked in, we're booked, right? That moment, I stop listening and I stop looking for stuff. I don't go research. I don't do anything else. The only thing I did is I hit up Chris. I was like, wait a minute, which song was it? Because I knew what it was, but then I'm like second guessing. Like, I'm going to pull up the wrong damn song. I just had a feeling. I was like, dude, psst, which one is it? I made him tell me. Other than that, like, I literally, like, of course, I go and look up I'll look up, your socials and stuff, and I'll post them, like, in my mod chat if you saw that they were posting up some of your stuff. Or she'll go look it up for me. I'll do some of the promo stuff. I'll use I'll do the images. But everything else, I leave it alone. I don't listen to it. I don't go into it because I want all the questions. The whole point is you're here.
Yeah.
So why not just ask you, right?
Yeah, totally.
Chris, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for making this happen, because you were the bridge, the plug, the hookup.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. I really appreciate it. Just connecting people, that's what it's all about too. It's just finding other people that are passionate about music, and getting to hear the stories and talk about it is so much more, important and vital. I've always connected to that more. I remember when I was in high school and just getting obsessed with music, I would just read every biography I could and whatnot, and just because I wanted to hear directly from the artists, like what it was like for them to be writing and whatnot. So.
Oh, look at that. Mike Stevens, love Nixon Rodeo. Sorry I never listened to podcasts. Ethan, your shit's worth it.
Oh.
Thank you for coming here, even just to support him. Even if you don't ever come back for any of the other artists that we have on, I appreciate you being here today. You could have been anywhere else in the entire world, and you are here, even for 5 minutes, a minute. Time is your most precious commodity. Thank you for spending it with me. I mean,
definitely make sure, though, if you guys like this kind of like full conversation, honest conversation, like subscribe and like to her videos, because like this is just a rare thing where you get to actually hear people talk about how they feel about things, and it's not all canned and
yeah, there's no, and people ask me, they're like people ask me what kind of questions you can ask. I'm like, I'll figure it out when I get there. Like, I literally don't plan it. Like, I don't have any paper or anything around with questions written down or anything of that sort.
Yeah.
What's funny is I get surprised. I've only been surprised like 3 times ever, and I think I played it off because I had John Widowmaker on, and then he brought Logan Mader. So I like lost my ever-loving mind on live because I knew he talked about Logan all the time. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, it didn't click. And then when I realized it, I was like, so he ended up running the conversation for the first half of the damn thing because I couldn't think of anything to say. He struck me stupid. You know what I mean? But I mean, usually I just come in here and I wing it. And whatever happens, happens. Whatever says that. We talk about pets. We talk about what people eat for breakfast. We talk about, your favorite recipe. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. We talk about,
you can tell that when they listen too. They can tell if it's a natural conversation and they can connect to someone versus, just feeling like, these are the things that I'm supposed to plug and say, and it makes a big difference.
I have a rare opportunity to actually have a conversation with people that are doing amazing things, putting out amazing music, putting out amazing books, whatever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. I have a unique opportunity to have a conversation. And the whole point of this was to have a normal conversation with not so normal people. Okay? Y'all want to know where you were born, how old you are. If they want to know the date that your band started, if they want to do all that fun stuff, you got a bio. Go look it up. Right?
Yeah, you guys are welcome to ask me anything. It looks like someone asked something in here. What is that? What is both your favorite foods? I'm good at cooking, so I can give you both some stuff. My favorite foods.
Pasta.
I love lasagna, but I can't make it myself. I'm a terrible cook. I am so bad at cooking. I can follow directions, but I can't. My brain does not connect with making food. So even when it's hey, let's go to the store and make stuff, I can only think in one direction. I am making chicken, and it is a chicken. I'm just cooking the chicken. I can't combine things. So I need people to help me.
Yeah, I'm a pretty decent cook.
Party, I'll teach you drums. You can make dinner.
Well, I mean, did you see me? I was trying to do drums. I kind of look like a cheerleader. I don't know what was happening, but I tried. That's why I said that you don't have me do stuff like that, because I'm like, you look at me, you won't ever look at me the same. When you see me like I remember one time I called into the a radio station, and I had a question. They were like, okay, what's it, pasta, Mike? Pasta. I can't have red sauce. I'm allergic to tomatoes. Pasta with butter and salt and pepper, or pasta with Alfredo sauce. But I called in this radio station, right? And they're like an alternative rock radio station. They're the ones that like had put somebody in a diaper and send them into the grocery store.
Okay.
That kind. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're looking for really cool, interesting questions to have people call in when people actually used to call in. And I said, okay, well, what is your favorite song that you don't want anybody to know about that you rock out to? At the time, okay, which is, and there's more to this story. I now, once I tell you who it is and what the song is, you'll know who I'm talking about. They now do reactions. Okay. So I told them, I said, you're basically your guilty pleasure song, right? That you like take a broom and go and like air guitar and like put your leg up like through the whole house when you're by yourself, hopefully.
I do it in front of everybody.
Well, of course you do.
I'm an air guitar.
But as normal people, don't do that. I believe in a thing called Love by The Darkness.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so that was mine. And he now does has a reaction channel, but he doesn't like play the whole song or react to the whole thing kind of like the normal format. Justin Hawkins again, because he starts the whole thing. He goes and he like talks about little elements of stuff, and then he skips parts. Like, it's really eclectic and cool. Like, so there's a fun one. What's your favorite guilty pleasure song?
My favorite guilty pleasure,
like one that nobody would expect, and people would be like, really? Like Barbie Girl or something.
Who?
She's a jam.
I'm all over the map, like musically. I'm really like everything all over. So I don't ever think of anything as like guilty pleasure, because I don't ever feel like embarrassed about anything but I do like softer, like really good songwriting, emotional like stuff, and maybe people would be like surprised. Maybe not. If you know me, then you know it. But like when the people see me on stage, if they hear me doing the heavy vocals, and then find out that I'm like super into like
jazz,
really passionate, like softer music. There's this guy named Matt Russell. You guys should check out. He's from Spokane too. He's like hasn't even played music in probably like 10 years, but his album's just like an acoustic like pop album, and it's like one of my favorites. I love it so much. So I guess that would be like something odd for people to know that I'm into.
By the way, bacon definitely goes in Alfredo pasta. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Of course it does.
Everything.
But yeah, bacon, and it definitely goes into that, trust me, especially like chicken fettuccine Alfredo with bacon and broccoli and peas. Oh my God. Okay. I'm just curious, like, see, what I was hoping for, which there's no right or wrong answer. What I was really hoping for is like, you get up on stage and say, my favorite song is Mbop.
Oh, hell. No Mbop, but we could do a punk rock version of it. It'd be pretty cool. We do.
Oh my God, I would die if somebody covered it.
We do a more punk rock version of Billie Jean. We put that out on our last record. We just put out, it'll be coming on this album. The last single before this, we did a cover of Broken by Lovely the Band. I like that you're broken like me. So we like to do like mix things up. We actually did like a really punk style version of I Want to Know What Love Is this summer. So we just like took that ballad and totally like cranked it up. It was just like twice as fast. It was pretty fun.
I want to know what love is.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. No, bonsoir, Carol. I see you. Don't lie, bro. You're into Taylor Swift fireworks.
I don't know why I like never got into Taylor Swift. I know the like big hits, but I just
Well, everybody
That's how it
does.
feels to me. It's very like, it's like really good pop, but very bland to me. She's great, but I just like nothing stands out to me. I don't know why.
The older songs were good, I thought. Like the original ones that she put out. The newer ones, I could not care less. By the way, shout out Madonna for looking like a lizard person. I saw that today.
Looking like a lizard person?
Like looking like a lizard person. Hold on. I'm going to show you.
Now I'm scared.
I about died because it's okay. So there's this meme. It was a picture of Roseanne Barr and Madonna, and they're like, you would never believe that Roseanne looks better than Madonna now.
Oh shit!
Well,
Madonna's been getting some hate after that one thing, but
yeah. Okay, is this it?
got a lot of work on your face, and then you get older, and it's like I don't know.
I found it.
For her.
I found it.
I said, Ethan, are you looking for another singer? I have a buddy from the Army who is a fantastic singer, good guitarist, but he always tried to work with his friends instead of good artists. I'm not right now. I'm in another band too that just we started last year. I'm actually wearing the shirt. It's called Nothing Shameful, and I sing in that band. I don't drum. So I'm full of guitarists right now. I have 4 guitarists now in my life in the bands. But yeah, I'm excited to go. The new band's going in the studio in May, and we're going to record that. But it's been kind of interesting trying to do vocals, like actually singing, because I sing mostly in Nothing Shameful, and I just scream a little bit.
Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready.
Show me this. Show me this lizard woman.
I'm scared for you.
That's Roseanne too. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. So she looks more like, I've tried to find one where she actually looked like Madonna a little bit, and she kind of looks like Madonna here, right? Roseanne, I mean, the one I saw was a little bit better, but you take her around the house pictures, and she just looks like a lizard person with no makeup. She's just like,
yeah, I don't know what's happening. I do want that hair though. I should probably do that hair myself.
Which one, Roseanne or her?
Both. I could probably pull both of them off. Really, I have the same length as Roseanne.
I saw this and I was like, you realize that the king died, right? You realize that Michael Jackson went in a bad way by doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
I know.
Somebody needs to take away her plastic surgeon's phone number.
Can't go back. It's got to be hard to just like as a woman that also is like a sex icon forever to feel like maybe you have to be at a certain level and then you just get carried away thinking you got to like keep up instead of just like aging gracefully. It's kind of crazy. Unfortunate.
Yeah. And I mean, it just surprised me. Oh, there we go. I found one.
To be fair, they found a good photo of Roseanne and a terrible photo of Madonna, so I don't know if that's a very fair comparison.
Well, okay, so this one, for example, is on Madonna's own TikTok. She posted this picture, so there's no excuse.
Okay.
She posted this. This is on her verified TikTok. And I don't watch TikTok. I can Google this, so. And apparently she's going on tour.
Yeah, that's a lot of plastic surgery. Well, and she's what?
60, 70?
I don't know how old Madonna is.
What's up, Vibe Reactions? How are you?
She's 64 years old. Oh my God.
That's crazy. Okay, that's really weird because she's like 5 years younger than my mom.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I would never have guessed.
Trying to hold on to that fountain of youth.
I don't want that fountain of youth. She looks like she's already. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. That's mean. Actually, I'm gonna say it because I say it. She kind of looks. She kind of looks like she's already been like, preserved. Like when they open up the tomb and they find the pharaoh or the pharaohess, whatever the female version of that was.
Oh, that's it. What is that?
That's what they found.
Pharaohess. I've never heard that word in my life. That should be the album.
Pharaohin. Ooh, a pharaoh. What did they call the women?
I don't know. I don't think they called them anything. Back in the day, they just, I don't know if they had status or anything.
And I'm not talking, I mean, Madonna's, she's done her thing. It's cool. Neither here nor there. Bully for her. If that makes her happy, okay. One of her friends needs to stop her, though. I'm just saying. However, Roseanne did put a lot of work in, right? She really did make herself better. She improved her health. She worked out and ate better, and she did it the right way. I don't know. I still have the screen up. It's creepy.
I don't know if Roseanne and Madonna have ever been put in the same sentence so many times before that.
Why not?
Kristen said, have you guys watched the new music video yet? Yeah, we did at the beginning. You missed it.
And we watched another one too. So the thing is that they were on stage together, and that's why the picture has them.
Okay.
That's where that came from. But yeah, who knew? I don't know why I felt like that had to happen, but it needed to happen.
Well,
now you have a picture. I will send you a screenshot of that picture so that you can tell a hairstylist and say, this is what I need.
Oh, hell yeah. I know. I need something new on stage. I've literally looked the exact same since high school. I have had the same hair since high school. And eventually one day I'm going to have to change this up.
One day you're going to be on like a music video, or you're going to make a post, and you're going to have like short hair.
And I know people are going to just be...
They're going to lose their minds.
They will, because it's like literally just like my identity, having this exact same hair forever.
Mike, I did not hear about that, and that's probably a subject for a different one. Because that's a subject I would speak a lot about. So I'm not going to talk about that on here, because we've already kept him for almost like an hour and 15 minutes at this point.
Well, I appreciate you having us on there and getting your honest opinions on Deafening, and I'm excited. We've worked so long to get this album out, and so it feels good to finally be getting these things out. Especially like Deafening was like, do we really want this to be the first like new single? And we just went for it, and people are reacting to it well, so that's nice. And yeah, we got the next one coming out in a month. And then, yeah, we'll get the album out hopefully by September, the whole album. We'll put out a couple more singles before that.
No, that's awesome. And I really want to just thank you for, talking to me and agreeing to be on here with me, and, giving us an opportunity to talk to you while watching, this song, so that you could give your personal take on it and, put that extra, what's the word? It made it more personal for us, I think. Mm-hmm. I know it did for me to, have you right there and say, look, this is like literally my heart bleeding out on a song.
Yeah.
It hit different, and I appreciate it a lot. And that other song was amazing as well. And so hopefully if everybody likes what you heard so far, please go check out Nixon Rodeo. Go subscribe to their YouTube channel. Go drop some likes on their videos. Go check out the Instagram, keep tabs on what they're doing, support them, any way that you can. They're independent, y'all. So, Ethan, are you a veteran?
I'm not. My girlfriend is a veteran, though. She is retiring in a month and a half. She will be retired after 8 years.
That's awesome. Seriously. We love veterans around here.
Yeah.
We really do. But yeah, I can't think of anything else tonight. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I'd love to come back sometime too, especially as we keep getting stuff out. It's been awesome. Like, your community is so great. Everyone's so just welcoming and saying such nice things and getting involved. It's really cool. So I'd love to keep chatting with you and supporting you guys too. I just love connecting with anyone that cares enough to listen. Like you said that like about the song that you can like feel the actual story, and so it's good to like know that that's translating well, because we write songs all the time about like certain subjects, but it takes things to really be able to translate well, and when you know the story more, it's more impactful. And I've had people that I know that knew the story, or my family members, and they're like not into that kind of music too, and they're just like, well, that made me cry, because they just like know the background and about me and my relationship. So definitely like getting that extra insight, I think makes a big difference for people to connect. And then every time you listen to it, you can be like, oh fuck, or I relate to that too, because I went through this similar thing. So
yeah, well, you nailed it, so kudos for that.
Thank you.
And when you do release an album, are you going to be doing physical copies? I ask everybody this.
I
wonder why.
We can't help ourselves. I know that now just people like don't really purchase CDs anymore, but we'll do a CD and we'll do a vinyl. We've put out 3 albums plus a live album. So right now we have 3 albums available. Those CDs are getting more and more rare because we only have so many, and we'll never print those again. And we do have a vinyl for the last record. But we're going to do that again for this new record, almost just for ourselves. Because I know like some people will want them, but like I want that CD. I want to be able to open it and have that booklet with all the lyrics, because it's very important to us.
Do you sign them?
Of course, yeah. We sign every one that we mail out. We sign.
Do you see the community? Do you see what they're saying?
Oh, yay. Cool.
We buy hard copies.
Awesome. Please
because that's a way that we can support the artist. Plus, we have something tangible that is ours, and it's something that not everybody's doing, and especially independent artists. Even if you do a cut of like 50 of them,
yeah,
and just put them out there and let your community know. What's up, Matt? I see you. The other half of 307 is here. What's up, my friend?
Oh, hell yeah.
But yeah, we buy them, obviously.
Well,
that's what all these are signed, and all this is signed, and that's the only thing that's not signed is the Rockzilla poster. Everything else is signed.
Anyone buys something from our Bandcamp, I'm the one that fulfills it anyway, and so I personally am doing it, and like we'll sign whatever. I always sneak in extra stuff, extra stickers and buttons and posters and whatnot. And so
nice.
Yeah, we have tons of like fun merch too if you guys want like t-shirts. I'll show you the t-shirt I did for the St. Patty's Day too. I have one actually over here because I was sorting them. So we play these big tent parties for St. Patty's Day. We've been doing them for like 11 years and haven't done one in forever. And now that COVID is done enough for us to like be able to do shows, we got to do one this last Saturday. And I'm like, I need to make another St. Patty's Day shirt, but I didn't want it to just be exclusive to St. Patty's Day. So I like made a ripoff of Lucky Charms with Nixon.
That's hilarious.
They're musically delicious. And at the show, like I sent you, we came out on the first song. And the first song I wasn't drumming, Gary was drumming. So I came out and I just chucked boxes of Lucky Charms all over everyone. So if you want to see that, go find us online. If you follow me individually too, I'm at Ethan Nixon Rodeo. You can find me there. I got a TikTok recently too. I'm trying to not be old and figure it out. I post funny videos of my Munchkin cat and random shit and band stuff. So
no, that's awesome. I definitely think you've got some new followers right now through this. I mean, they seem like they really liked your music. I mean, and you guys can't see this, but like I love when people do that. Like Sarah gave me like an extra sticker and stuff like that. This one, there's a guitar pick in there. You can't tell. It's right there. That's As the Structure Fails, the whole band, instead of, because I was like, I want it signed. So there's the albums. They gave me a photo and they all signed like on themselves. Oh, and then cool. They gave me some stickers and they gave me a guitar. A guitar pick. So I got it into the frame. I didn't like want to mess up the picture. So I like just stuck it in there and put the back on real quick.
Well, and it hasn't moved. Your address in a message. We have each other's numbers now. Send me your address and I'll send some stuff to you this week. I got to get it signed by all the guys first.
Well, this is where it goes.
Stuff as a thank you for having me on the podcast.
No, honestly, I'm honored that you are here. I appreciate, band members coming through. I appreciate, all the people that have come through that are a part of my community, as well as I saw a couple sneak in here that I think were here for you guys versus us, right? And I'm running out of space, to be honest. Like I have to reconfigure this because I'm in this corner because I thought, oh, well, I'm not going to have enough, and now it's just growing, right? So I'm going to have to like scoot back and utilize my wall and everything.
Right.
But it's just a way that, look, you can see people. Hey, like there's Citizen Soldier. By the way, anybody that's asking, they rescheduled for the 8th of April. Citizen Soldier, that's signed. You got like people like Knox Hill. You got like Tom McDonald, Brandon Hart. There's Blind Sights on here. I don't care how big or how small the artist is. If I can get my hands on it, it's going up here. Hollywood Undead's on here too. I got some of theirs signed. I got Prof coming when his album drops. So, I mean, it's just a small thing, but it means a lot to me because these are the artists that I respect and I want to show love to. I mean, honestly.
Shout out to John in the chat from Make Waves. He's the one that does all of our music videos, and he says he's currently editing the new Nixon Rodeo video as we speak. So he's editing for the new song Casualty because that comes out like soon. So he has to get to work on it.
Oh, that's awesome. Welcome in, man. Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate it. I can keep myself from coughing. It's just really cool to be able to just sit down and have a conversation and just be on the same plane as somebody, who I could never go out there and make music. And it's not because I can't make myself, if I needed to, go out there and speak publicly, right? It's not that. I could figure that out. It's the fact that I can't hold a tune with a bucket. Or even if I'm trying not, I could butcher a song really well. Like I actually have a talent for that. My kids hate it. But it's something that's really cool and is influencing people and impacting people's lives. And to be able to have a conversation with somebody who is legitimately the sound of the world, as corny as that sounds, music is the heartbeat and the sound and the soundtrack and the background of our world, of everything that's going on. It's what people have playing in the background. It's what people go on their way to work and they turn it on. It's what, they put on when they're sad, when they put on when they're happy, when they want something to do. Music is everything. And to be able to have a conversation with people that are capable of making good music to someone who can't do that, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And it's an honor.
No, that's the most important thing to me. Like I remember the first interview I ever did in my old band. I was just said my one goal was just to like connect to at least, or my main goal is to connect to at least one person and like affect them in the same way that music did for me. Because it was just so like vital and like really like spoke to me and helped me out so much, especially as a like teenager and then obviously since. And it's just been now to look back and just be able to say like I have a hard time appreciating things and being in the moment and actually enjoying the things that I worked hard at, and then take a second step back and be like, look, you're able to like now connect. Some people say like this really means a lot to them or it's done a lot for them. So I'm just appreciative to that, of being able to make that goal a reality of just connecting with people. There's nothing else. We all have normal jobs where we all just like work normal. I'm right now at my job. I have a business. And so we just do this as a glorified hobby. And we've been around for almost 13 years and been independent the entire time. And now putting out our 4th record and done everything ourselves. Like I do almost all the artwork myself and we promote and, we like John in the chat. He's a local guy that does like videos and stuff. And we just do everything at the most professional level that we can, but independently, and just work really hard to connect to people. And that's what it means to us. So.
I don't think anybody could say that any better.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's awesome to connect with your community. Definitely add me guys on all the socials. I'd like to like continue like making this a big old happy internet family.
No, absolutely. And any way that, any way that I can support, if there's something you want me to push, if you want to jump back on because something cool is happening, we can make that happen. Just, hit me up anytime. No problem with that. And I have a lot of people that love to push, good stuff that's happening. I have a tickle in my throat that does not want to go away. But let us know and say, hey, this is something that we're coming out with. It'd be really cool. This is the official reel, or this is the official promo,
Cool.
like on Instagram or something, and you want people to kind of put it on their stories and stuff. Hit me up, let me know, and I'll push it out there. And then the people that I know who rock with you and that won't mind, I'll tag them in it so that they can share it out too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe we'll do a like listening party or something for Casualty.
No, we can do that, definitely.
And now that like you know us a little bit more and the fans do, it'll be like a fun like showing it, and maybe like right when it comes out. It'll be a fun music video. It's kind of a wild one. Much different than this last one. So
you can see in the chat, they're down for it. So that's awesome. But no, so thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being here tonight. I gotta go stick my kid in bed.
Sounds good. Oh yeah, you're hours ahead of me.
Yeah, it's like 9 o'clock, which is no big deal. I'm usually up to like 2 a.m, but she deserves hugs and kisses from mom. So I have to go do the mom thing, an adult thing, And it was a really good time talking to you, and I appreciate everybody that's here. Like I said, you guys, your time is your most precious commodity. You could spend it anywhere, right? It's the most priceless currency, and you're spending it here with us, either now or if you listen back later. People do that a lot. They come back and they drop comments later, like, "Oh, I finally got to catch up." They're vacuuming, so they listen to it. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that's in the chat, that has been here and is coming in the future. Please drop a comment. Go subscribe. Go follow. Do all of the things. Y'all know what to do. We do this all the time. And I'm good. You got anything else?
No, that's it. Just
final words.
Keep watching. The new stuff's coming.
Don't be a lizard person. Say no to extreme plastic surgery. All right, y'all. We are out of here on that note. Like on that exact note, we're out.